Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting it raw.
Well, you know I'm not a photographer, right?
Sure.
I'm a painter. Okay. But I do take a lot of pictures, and I use film cameras still. It's a part of my artistic practice, actually, that I don't really use right now publicly. But for me, photography is capturing a moment in time. You were just talking about how technology now has enabled, a lot more people to take a lot more pictures, and how it's in a second. You have this thing for free, and for me, and maybe it's a generational thing, but I don't ever do selfies. I do have a series that I've done of myself reflecting in other things, so it's like a kind of selfie I think of. And that for me is a way of again capturing a moment in time and myself in that time and place. I've been trying to learn Photoshop recently, and we just had this philosophical conversation about Photoshop and photography recently in this class I'm taking, and that was really interesting because it got down in the end of the conversation was basically like, it's not if you're manipulating an image or not. It's the creative view that you're bringing to what, if it's film camera you're shooting with, if it's your phone, if you're doing all this editing on the tail end with Photoshop. It's what's inside of you that's creating that image.
Great. So is it Tamera? Tamera, how should I say your name perfectly?
So it's Hebrew.
Okay.
And so it's Tamera.
Okay.
And depending on where you're from, you might pronounce it different ways. I grew up in the Midwest in the US, so I have a weird kind of twist to it, but Tamera.
Right. Okay, we're going to dive into your work, and I love going to people's spaces, and then because their environments instruct or inform, shape a lot of how they express themselves. And around us, because I'm a foreign set of eyes, it's my first time within your place, it's all new. Mm-hmm. And so what jumps out? So one thing is your beautiful cat. Wearing the Victorian cover.
Yes.
Okay.
Frank. His name's Frank.
Frank.
Yeah.
Around us is a nice open sort of space, which in Hong Kong is a little bit rare and special because most places in Hong Kong are quite tight. Yeah. This is very nice. You referred to it as a house on the hill. We're neighbors. Yeah. Literally 100 meters from each other. Yeah. So it's sweet of you to let me into your place.
I'm sorry it's taken so long.
It's okay. It's no problem. It's no problem.
We're pretty solitary.
Well, I think that's just life today. I think people today tend to be in the culture, certainly in Hong Kong, and but being in the country park, we're hemmed in by green. It's just beautiful. Yeah. It's great. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you. It's awesome. You want to dive into the photograph, and then that way we'll learn about you?
Sure.
So is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw.